This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Noise complaints on the 4th of July are nothing new. A member of the Greater Hazleton Historical Society and Museum is on the show to talk about firework laws, past and present. Welcome everyone, and thank you for your time today. I'm Ken Kara with your local information from SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. Masks are now mandatory in any public spaces in the state of Pennsylvania. Governor Tom Wolf announced Wednesday that a new order has been signed into law by State Health Secretary Dr. Rachel Levine. The new order requires masks to be worn whenever you are in a public space, indoors and outdoors in public places where you are unable to social distance. The order took effect immediately on Wednesday. Dr. Levine says it's essential that Pennsylvanians wear masks to stop the spread of COVID-19. It's time for another history segment on SSP TV News, and this time the topic is fireworks. Here's our Lisa Sugar.
Well, the 4th of July weekend is upon us, and that means the sound of fireworks will be heard in many communities. And it seems like history is repeating itself, according to our dear friend Charles McElwee, who is the Vice President of the Greater Hazleton Historical Society and Museum, also an assistant editor with City Journal. Now, Charles, you told me about this. I know there's been complaints recently in the city of Hazleton because of a law that changed a few years back allowing aerial fireworks to be used. And you said something like this happened before, back in the 1950s. So tell us how history is repeating itself.
Well, we're dealing with a very serious quality of life problem right now, really pyrotechnic madness. People staying up at night, unable to go to bed in their homes in the city because of the fireworks that are proliferating throughout the community. It's devastating, and it's really harmful for the Hazleton area. And this isn't just going on in Hazleton, it's going on in municipalities across the state. And it is the result of an act of legislation signed into law by Governor Wolf in 2017 that did indeed allow the purchase of aerial fireworks. So this was previously prohibited in municipalities, and before the law was passed, life was far calmer on the 4th of July. If you go back in history, and for example, there's an article in the Hazleton Plain Speaker from 1951, and at that point, fireworks were not the problem that we're seeing now, but in the decades before, it was a problem. And I'm going to read just an excerpt from that piece because it really captures what was going on in Hazleton in the early 20th century. As the Plain Speaker writes, it was a day of accidents, and the staff at the state hospital was kept on continuous duty to handle the many cases of burns and other injuries, a lot of them serious and some fatal. The 4th rapidly acquired the questionable reputation of being the one day of the year which excelled all others in casualties. The carnage aroused public opinion, and demand was made for legislative prohibition of fireworks. After a hard fight, a bill was finally passed by the state assembly banning them, and since then, the 4th has become a very quiet and orderly event. Now, unfortunately, that's not the case now, and we would hope that we could return to those good old days. And there was a piece of legislation, in fact, passed by the state Senate earlier this week that would ban the use of consumer fireworks in the future. And so this measure would allow leaders in Allentown, Bethlehem, Reading, even Scranton, for example, to proceed with banning fireworks. And of course, we would hope the same would apply to the city of Hazleton, which is confronting this, like I said, serious quality of life problem. We didn't learn from the mistakes of the past. I think that's the lesson here. This was a problem in Hazleton and in other cities in the earlier part of the 20th century, and there was a policy response in the state legislature, and it resulted in a far calmer 4th of July, and what many people will remember a day of patriotism and civic involvement, organizations, parades, partaking in the celebrations of what is an otherwise great summer and holiday to mark our nation's founding. But it's a problem now, and if we look to the past, we can certainly see that there was a solution and it was effective. And clearly, what was passed in 2017 is not working in so many cities and towns across Pennsylvania.
Thank you, Lisa and Charles. You can safely see fireworks this Friday, July 3rd during Hazleton's Independence Day celebration, starting at 4 p.m. at City View Park. The fireworks display is at 9:45 p.m. Get some great holiday deals at the Laurel Mall's Independence Day Sidewalk Sale. The sale is underway now through Sunday, July 5th, so stop by for great deals and delicious food, all happening at the Laurel Mall. I miss local sports, and I'm sure many of you do too, so check out the Standard Speaker's 2020 Athlete of the Week Award ceremony. The local newspaper honored all of their Athletes of the Week from August 27, 2019 to March 17, 2020 in a virtual ceremony that you can watch at standardspeaker.com. One of the guest speakers is Los Angeles Angels manager Joe Madden. You'll also hear from local athletes and Standard Speaker sports editor Dave Seaman and assistant sports editor Steve Stallone. Dave will be on SSPTV News next week to talk about this event and more.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
I'm grabbing the telescope and heading out this evening. It's going to be a beautiful night. Here's our forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, mostly clear with a low of 65 degrees. Friday, there's a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly sunny with a high of 86. Friday night, partly cloudy with a low of 63. On Independence Day, we have a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 2 p.m., mostly sunny with a high of 82. At night, partly cloudy with a low of 62 degrees. Sunday is mostly sunny with highs in the mid-80s. Sunday night, partly cloudy with a low of 62 degrees. Monday, there's a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 2 p.m., mostly sunny with a high of 85. And then Monday night, 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms before 8 p.m., partly cloudy with a low of 64 degrees. They're ready to play ball at Valley East Little League in Drums. We'll head to a practice in sports. And next, hear what ideas came out of a discussion on diversity hosted by Luzerne County Community College. Here's the weekend worship schedule on SSPTV. You can watch the Mass for Inspiration Saturday at 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. and Sunday at 7 a.m., 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. You can also watch anytime at SSPTV.com and on our YouTube channel. The Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce Women's Networking Committee is now accepting applications for their Women's Empowerment Grant. To download the application and see if you're eligible, go to hazletonchamber.org. You can also call 570-455-1509 or email lfalabelle@hazletonchamber.org for more information. Applications and cover letters are due July 31st. SSPTV News would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of the following: Elizabeth M. Lyons, 89, formerly of Drums. The funeral is Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. at the Harmon Funeral Home in Drums. Mass is Tuesday at 10 a.m. at Good Shepherd Church in Drums. Friends and family may call Monday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the funeral home. Condolences can be made online at harmonfuneral.com. Elizabeth Mary Hutta Weicker, 93 of Lake Hauto. Services were private. The Lamar Chris Funeral Home in Hometown handled arrangements. And Ronald L. Shell, 69 of Hazleton. The service is Saturday at 11 a.m. at Faith United Church of Christ in Hazleton. Friends and family may call Saturday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the church. Masks are required and social distancing must be practiced. The Croft & Hughes Funeral Home in Hazleton is assisting the family. The social news is brought to you by Harmon Funeral Homes and Crematory. For information, call 570-788-0977 or go to harmonfuneral.com.